I started seeing all the blogs and stuff that were out there that people were like, obviously they got paid to say something good about these places. Like now I look at it like, oh, they got sponsored to go there and they were told to just say nice things. Oh, I got it. But I kept thinking like, this is so unfair. Like I know in Europe, a lot of people get, you get a lot of vacation times. In the
Yeah.
US, like there's people, I mean, people travel way more now. I mean, even when I started this 17, 8 years ago, travel is completely different. And that's,
Oh,
we
100%.
we'll have a podcast in the future about how travel is different since then. But I mean, at that time, people would go to Europe from the US once. It was a once in a lifetime experience,
Yeah.
And like my aunt, she went to Europe. She's 85 years old. She went to Europe once in her life. I was blessed enough to take her and my uncle there back in the like in 2000, you know. And for her, if she would have got this guidebook, she would have chose all the wrong destinations. This town that was there, like she probably would have thought she needed to spend 3 days there. You don't need 3 hours. And I'm like, man, they get 10 days in Europe and 3 days in this town because of this guidebook. That's 30% of their once in a life vacation that's ruined because someone took money or was overly flowery about a destination. Like, that's not fair. Like, I see my aunt to this day and thinking how much it would hurt me if someone's aunt who never got to go to Europe fell for this kind of stuff. And that was the moment I was like, we were going to make honest travel videos, the good and the bad. It's been tough because in some respects, sponsors don't want to work with people that want to tell honesty. They just want a commercial. So that's been one thing, but that was what really got us to do like the like honest stuff out there. Like that was a really big thing. But like the videos itself and the filming, I remember I was living in Portugal and I was making videos for my wife. Well, she was my fiance at the time, and she was going to move into Portugal. And I'm like, well, I got to get her ready to go. And so I was making like learn Portuguese videos, but like today's vocabulary is the grocery store. And then I'd go to the grocery store by our place where we were going to live. And then she would see that. So it was like trying to help her. And then I was also making videos for my students because I was doing my PhD in Portugal and I was teaching there. And I mean, we had to teach in English, but I knew not all my students were like super great at English. So I made like for the exams, I'm like, hey, here's 20 topics you need to know for the exams. I would make a video on those so they could watch it. And YouTube was cool because you could slow it down at a different speed. When we put out our first Love and Hates video, that's when things changed. Because I was making like, you were saying like, learn German. I'm thinking learning
Yeah.
German, learn Italian,
Absolutely.
learn Spanish, like all kinds of stuff for fun. And then it was like, we made the Love and Hates one and people were like, yo, thank you for telling the stuff we need to know, And I always go back to like I would see tourists get so mad in Portugal. I mean, I lived there for 5 years in my PhD in Portugal, and I would see tourists get it literally yelling at the staff because they got charged for the bread and butter and stuff and they didn't know. And I'm like, but if you knew those little things like that, people let ruin their vacations, even though they had a great time. If I can help people not like get over that little hump, they're going to enjoy travel better. They're going to be better travelers. And so that kind of started it. And then over the years, it's just kind of like, I want to help more and more people. Recently with all the AI stuff out there and all the influencers out there that are giving bad advice. Like I said, it's one of the reasons I was like, I want to get good advice out there, but we need to have good, honest advice from a real traveler, not an AI bot or not someone that, just, is giving bad advice.